Cars are sitting on dealer lots for over 500 days. In this video, I break down the 26 worst-selling vehicles, and the number one spot is so bad the factory shut down. This information could save you thousands. The BMW X6 starts our list with a 140-day supply and an $89,417 price tag. This coupe-style SUV loses half its value within 3 years. That's more than $44,000 gone. Reliability is poor at 2 out of 5, with owners reporting costly air suspension failures and persistent electronic issues. The sloping roofline also sacrifices cargo space, making it hard to justify the price. Number 25. Land Rover Discovery. The Discovery lingers on lots for 174 days, with nearly 1,900 units unsold at $60,000 and up. Global sales have dropped below 20,000 units, and owners frequently complain about ongoing electrical problems. One frustrated owner noted that when competitors like the Lexus GX offer strong dependability, the Discovery's premium pricing becomes difficult to defend. Number 24. Infiniti QX80. The redesigned QX80 shows that a luxury badge alone doesn't guarantee sales, with 176 days of supply and close to 5,000 units sitting unsold. It's essentially a dressed-up Nissan Armada carrying a hefty price tag. The twin-turbo V6 feels slower than the outgoing V8, fuel economy ranges from 16 to 20 mpg, and Infiniti's reliability history raises concerns. Number 23. Ford Escape. Headed toward discontinuation in 2025, the Escape has 189 days of supply and more than 57,000 units just sitting on lots. Once selling 300,000 units annually, it managed only 157,000 in 2024. Buyers criticize the cheap-feeling interior, underpowered base engine, and a jerky transmission. Even Ford's own Bronco Sport outsells it, and significant discounts are likely as Ford phases it out. Number 22. Alfa Romeo Giulia. The Giulia sits for 193 days with just 212 sold last month, priced between $41,690 and $86,770. It loses 58% of its value in 3 years. Reliability scores are extremely low at 1.5 out of 5, with frequent check engine lights and electrical issues. Though it delivers sharp handling, reliability worries, and, limited brand recognition deter many buyers. Number 21. Cadillac CT4. With 197 days of supply and 2,676 unsold units at an average price of $47,650, the CT4 struggles in the market. It depreciates by 50% within 3 years, making leasing a more practical choice. Reliability is average at 2.5 out of 5, and complaints include infotainment glitches and transmission problems. The base 2.0-liter turbo feels weak compared to German competitors, and the interior materials fall short. Number 20. Infiniti QX55. This coupe-style SUV has 219 days of supply and only 680 units sold last month. It loses 48% of its value in 3 years. Reliability sits at 2.5 out of 5, with common CVT transmission issues and frozen infotainment screens. At $60,000, it competes with Mercedes pricing but, honestly, lacks the refinement buyers expect. Number 19. Audi A7. The A7 remains on lots for 225 days, with just 154 sold last month at around $81,400. It depreciates 55% over 3 years, which is actually one of the steepest drops in the luxury segment. Reliability is rated 2 out of 5, with problems like water pump failures and high oil consumption. Critics also argue that Audi's design language makes many models look, well, a bit too similar. Number 18. Cadillac Escalade IQ. The all-electric Escalade IQ carries 226 days of supply and over 4,000 unsold units at roughly $130,000, about $40,000 more than the gas version. It doesn't qualify for the federal EV tax credit due to pricing limits. Reliability is still unproven, and honestly, some luxury buyers remain cautious about GM's newer EV technology. Number 17. Range Rover Velar. The Velar sits for 227 days with around 2,500 units unsold at $72,530. It loses 61% of its value in 3 years, which is honestly one of the worst depreciation rates in the industry. Reliability is rated 1.5 out of 5, with common air suspension and electrical failures. While the dual-screen interior looks modern, it can be distracting, and, yeah, repair costs are high. Number 16. Porsche Taycan. Even Porsche isn't immune. The Taycan has 229 days of supply and over 2,200 unsold units, with only 437 sold last month. Priced around $143,682, it loses 38% of its value within 3 years, more than $54,000. Reliability scores are 2 out of 5, and some owners report battery and charging issues. Range also trails key competitors. Number 15. Toyota 4Runner. The redesigned 2025 4Runner appears on the list with 240 days of supply and 6,448 new units in inventory. Only 1,210 sold last month at an average of $52,932. Unlike others here, it traditionally holds value well, losing about 30% in 3 years. This situation likely reflects a temporary inventory surge following its redesign. Number 14. Dodge Charger. The Charger sits for 241 days on average with more than 7,300 unsold units. Only 1,366 sold last month at about $54,189. It depreciates 45% in 3 years, with high-performance versions dropping even faster. Reliability stands at 2.5 out of 5, and common issues include electrical and suspension problems. Fuel consumption is high, and the interior feels outdated. Number 13. Mini Hardtop 2-door. With 242 days of supply and nearly 4,000 units waiting to sell, the Mini struggles. Just 731 sold last month at an average of $36,696. It loses 47% of its value in 3 years, which is steep for a small premium car. Reliability is rated 2 out of 5, with electrical and cooling system issues. The ride is firm, and road noise is noticeable. Number 12. Audi A8. The flagship A8 carries 270 days of supply, with 560 units in stock and only 148 sold last month at about $96,000. Critics suggest Audi's uniform design language contributes to buyer indifference. While competitors stand out more boldly, the A8 blends in, making it less appealing to those seeking distinctive luxury. Number 11. Chrysler Voyager. The Voyager shows that, affordability doesn't guarantee demand. With 283 days of supply at an average price of $46,765, it loses 52% of its value in 3 years. Reliability is rated 2.5 out of 5, with issues like transmission shudder, electrical faults, and sliding door malfunctions. The infotainment system feels dated and, honestly, lacks features common in rivals. Number 10. Jaguar F-Pace. The F-Pace sits for 291 days, with only 424 sold last month at around $72,831. It suffers the worst depreciation on the list, losing 66% of its value in 3 years, nearly $48,000. Reliability is extremely poor at 1.5 out of 5, with frequent electrical, suspension, and infotainment problems. Combined with high ownership costs and brand uncertainty, buyers remain hesitant. Number 9. BMW 5 Series. With 305 days of supply and 3,650 units unsold at about $65,687, the 5 Series struggles. A major recall involving steering and brake system issues has damaged confidence. Once the ideal balance in BMW's lineup, it now feels less sporty and competes in a shrinking sedan market dominated by SUVs and EVs. Number 8. Alfa Romeo Tonale. The Tonale carries 312 days of supply and 2,847 unsold units starting at $43,000. It faces stiff competition from well-established German rivals. Concerns about long-term reliability and a limited dealer network add hesitation. Even though the hybrid system provides respectable performance, style alone hasn't been enough to drive strong sales. Number 7. Jaguar XF. The XF sits with 315 days of supply and 701 units remaining as Jaguar prepares to discontinue it. Only a handful sold last month despite a $58,500 price tag, highlighting how declining demand and brand uncertainty can impact even established